Hey there, my dearest, beautiful Pisces, my fellow fish, my fishies. Um, Thank you for showing up for me this month. Y'all were number 4 on the list of most watched, most viewed. I was surprised because up until this point, Pisces really haven't been coming to my channel. So, me being a Pisces, I'm like, hey, where's my Pisces at? So, my 18, thank you for showing up for me. I'm going to be doing a soul connection reading for you. Um, Gender is not specific in tarot. Take whichever resonates best with you. You can reverse roles as needed, etc. What I'm going to start by doing is I want you to ask yourself a question in your mind, something you would like to know or something you need guidance on. Um, think of your question now so that way when I shuffle the cards, I will be connected to your energy. It could be about this connection, it could be about another connection, anything that you want, correct? All right, so let's see. I'm going to reveal this at the end, so stay tuned for the answer to this. What do my Pisces need to know? Okay. Now, what I'm going to do for this reading is I'm going to look at the divine feminine, the divine masculine, and the connected energies. And the connected energies basically mean like where you two agree. What is it about this connection that you agree on? Now, soul connections can be anywhere from soulmates, twin flames, life partners, random situationships, karmics, whatever you call it, right? Depending on what energy I'm connecting to. So, let's see. Okay. Well, that's very interesting. Okay, connected energies. Excuse me, my allergies are bad. Cannot catch a break in Texas, man. The heat seems to make allergies better. Okay. Okay. I have a feeling this is going to be a very interesting reading. Okay. Now for the masculine. Where are my masculines at for the Pisces collective? Okay. So, for my feminines, what I'm getting is you're being very patient. It's almost like you're waiting for a reconciliation, or you feel that a reconciliation is imminent in this connection. This girl is holding a turtle, so things could have been moving very slowly within this connection. And I almost feel like you see it in your mind's eye, the two of you coming back together, holding each other. These people are on the water, beach somewhere, hugging together. And she's at the beach as well, just kind of waiting, right? Now, in this picture, they're wearing like summer clothes. But in this picture, the one with the turtle, it's like winter time, right? So something could happen this winter time that is significant to this connection. Maybe you realize, like, hey, I need to just have patience. It's work. Maybe you get signs that things are starting to progress or move, but they're moving slowly. And come like summertime or springtime, whenever the winter defrosts and goes away, the two of you will come back together in reconciliation. Now, for the connected energies, I get completion of cycles, sabotage, guilt, and the Ace of Cups. So, there's been some kind of cycle that's been slowly closing out for this connection. The both of you could feel some guilt in the way that either this fell apart, the way that You may have sabotaged, they may have sabotaged. I think it's kind of like a mirror thing. I think you both hold guilt for some kind of sabotage within this connection. I think you both want a new beginning, Ace of Cups, communication. So I definitely feel you both are in the place of letting a certain cycle complete so that you can start new. Um, Now, on the masculine side, I see they've had some kind of revelation, like the light bulb moment where it was like, oh, maybe they realized, like, hey, this is a strong connection. Maybe they didn't recognize before because they were in a self sabotaging type of energy. They could have been traveling, they could have been moving, they could have recently, like, changed locations, or they will be traveling in the near future, and that's when that light bulb goes off in their head, like, wait, like I missed it. How did I miss that? So some kind of enlightenment comes through. Um, this could be an awakening. It could be like just things that weren't understood up until this point start to fall into place. So I'm going to do tarot for each of these again and kind of get a little bit more information into what we just saw and talked about. So let's see from my feminines. And like I said, the roles can be reversed. Take it however. The spirit can be so funny sometimes. Interesting. Alright, for my masculines, where y'all at? Okay. I'm gonna get one more for them because Alright, so for my feminines, I've got the Six of Cups in the World. It's kind of exactly what we just saw. The reconciliation and the patience. Now, what I'm seeing here is like, even though you feel there's going to be a reconciliation in the future within this connection, I do feel that you've ended some kind of cycle, whether that be with this person or with just like a painful cycle ending. I do feel that you aren't necessarily looking back to the past, but I do feel that the past kind of looks towards you moving into a new beginning. I do feel you love whoever this is. I do see that. But you might be actually reconciling with another connection, is kind of the energy I'm getting. And it's almost like once you step through that door of moving on, it's almost like that's when that, whether it be like a download, spirit message, something like that, it's like that past, I don't know, like energetically tries to keep you from moving through that door. The connected energies here, and it's funny because that says cycles and completion, right? And the world is all about that. So maybe you're walking through the door before this person does. What I'm getting that's connected is there's, with the Hangman, King of Pentacles, Page of Swords, is like the both of you know that this connection is at a stalemate. There's no movement. But if you look at things differently, you can see the reasons why. And it could have a lot to do with like security, stability. Maybe the masculine needs to build something for themselves. Maybe you both do. Um, I do not feel that you two are talking or interacting, but I do feel that either the both of you are looking for ways for this to come back together, or you're looking at each other, whether that be them watching you, you watching them, trying to figure out things, or maybe it's almost like the way that the two of you still kind of interact is through um I don't know, like other means, not necessarily maybe you talk in the 5D, maybe um you send messages through other areas or whatever. Either way, I think the two of you keep tabs on each other. The masculine seems to be in a very, I feel like they recently had a huge loss. They could have been left out in the cold. They could have gone through something that was pretty crazy, like conflict, arguments, separation. Maybe they were in another connection and it broke apart, or there's been like recently a lot of change. There's two fives here, so it definitely indicates that this person is in the middle of a very extensive change. It's almost like they're running. Maybe they're um, it's like they're running from the conflict instead of facing the conflict. And that could be they had conflict with you. Maybe you two had an argument and it made them feel a certain way, made them feel like you didn't care or you didn't support them. And so they ran. They're in hiding. They're, you know, um but I think like that's that travel, right? That's that I'm out of here. I'm not going to deal with it. I'm not going to but with that comes that revelation, right? The more they run, the more they realize like they cannot outrun the connection. They're just running from change itself, and may have been like their past way of handling things. It's like I'm just not gonna face it. I'm gonna run from it. I did some shady shit, but that's okay. I'm just out. And so maybe during the time of travel and change and all of those things, they come to that realization of maybe things within them that need to be healed, things that they need to face, things that need to be addressed, conversations that need to be had. Um, Regardless of the guilt and the sabotage, right? Like, because it does show, like, that's what cycle is completing, is that guilt and that sabotage, or needing to feel guilty for sabotage. It's becoming more grounded, secure, stable, those type of things. There's definitely growth here, so let me see. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Now let's see the masculine side. Okay. So, for my feminines, it says destiny, struggling to find the right path, and they could, the divine feminine, you could feel that this person is part of your destiny, right? But at the same time, you realize the two of you are very different. You hold different values. You live very different lives. And so maybe you're just throwing your arms. I've been saying, I don't know what the right path to do is here, but I'm going to keep going. And I think that's why the world is here. Is like, I release it. Like, if it's meant to be, it'll come back. Even though, like, I honestly feel like you see it coming back together. Six of Cups, reconciliation. You're patient enough to wait, but I also feel like you're not waiting. I think it's more of, okay, Spirit, if it's meant to be, it will be. Even if I know for sure eventually it'll come back together, it's okay. I'm going to go live my life. I'm going to go do the things I need to do for me in the current moment, because no matter how many times I've tried, no many times I've pushed through and been patient, something else is calling me now. Maybe you feel like no longer this is your path. And so you're exercising that free will, and it shows, because that's what the connective energies are in the near future. This is near future energy. It's showing the divine feminine being seen for growing and changing and extending the light outside of herself, exercising her free will as well. Like, you both are free. Like, there's no bond. I mean, there is a soul connection. Yes, don't get me wrong. There's a strong love here. But at the same time, it's like the unconditional kind of love that you're free to do whatever it is you need to do for self, right? So it's almost like you both are in that place of exercising your free will, but it just seems like whatever you're doing in the current moment is going to lead it back together. Now, in the near future, and this could have a lot to do with the revelation that the masculine is seeing, is they feel that they've had a family curse, some kind of hex put on their family, some generational curse. And so their main thing here is saying, no, I'm not cursed. No, my family is not going to be cursed. I need to do the things that I can to change it for the future generations, right? And so I see that as they heal, as they grow, the more that they start to change their views on family, love, relationships, feeling damned, cursed, hexed. I do see them setting more healthy boundaries in place within themselves, learning to say no, learning when to draw the line, learning when their behaviors are simulated by their past, because I think something happened during childhood in their family that they have repetitively repeated those patterns, sabotage, and they use the excuse of the curse, the generational curse. Well, that's the way I was raised, that's what I was taught, that's all I know. I see a big change on the masculine side. The feminine just seems to me like she's coming to some kind of realization herself that even though I love this person, even though, like I feel that it'll eventually come back together, there's still a lot of things that are missing. There's still a lot that needs to be said. There's still, it just feels like she's telling me, like, I'm going in a new direction, for now, anyways. Okay, so I'm going to pull from this deck, the Hidden Truth, to see if there's anything your person would like to say to you during this time, or anything they'd like you to know. And then we'll look at the card that we originally pulled. Oh, these two were stuck together. Okay. Says, I miss hearing your voice. They could miss talking to you. And like I said, I don't feel like there's communication or any kind of real interaction with this person. But I do feel the two of you keep tabs on each other, whichever way that is. It does say they're not financially stable, and they feel the sexual tension regardless. And that could be why that King of Pentacles is here. It's like there's a hold up until that stability is gained and returned. So, very interesting reading, my dear Pisces. And then the card for the question that you asked is wait. So whatever you were asking for or asking about, maybe there's a pause or a holdup or some kind of wait that's necessary. This angel is holding the sword of truth. So maybe there's stuff that's still unknown or stuff that still needs to be talked about before it's the timing for whatever you asked. I also feel that you are protected in this connection, and they're just telling you, like, hey, it's not the right time yet. Just wait. But anyways, my dearest Pisces, thank you again for showing up for me. I love you guys so much. My beautiful fish. Very interesting reading, to say the least, but I love you guys so much. And if you like the reading, hit the like button, leave me a comment. I love interacting with you guys, getting to know my fellow Pisces. I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.